I scheduled myself to go to a listening house, which was made up of who had been meeting for a long time, and they met in the afternoon, evening, because they were business professionals. And that was part of WAMSO a long time ago, the business and professional group. I went to their dinner at the Women's Club, and there were probably maybe 10 or 12 people there, and their guest that evening was Georgia Flazanis, the concertmaster at Orchestra Hall for the orchestra. But Georgia was wonderful. She played beautiful selections for about a half an hour, and then she talked about her violin, and that's, I'm thinking. So after that, Eloise, the WAMSO executive director at the time, we had been talking about something more in the education department for our members. So we had something for just about all ages of children, but nothing in the education department for our members. Eloise and I had been talking about this for a few months, and when I came back from the listening house event, we started seriously talking about making a program that we could use their format. Finally, we decided that we'd give it a shot. Eloise contacted the education director at the orchestra. He was wonderful and was willing to talk to the rest of the orchestra staff to see if this was a feasibility to have a musician who was going to be a prominent soloist coming up in the season, who would willingly give a short program for us as an education project for our members. Well, that was a long time ago. And I truly, I remember the big stuff, but we bantied around many names.
Yeah, it's such a great name. I mean, it just makes so much sense.
And it kept coming back to accent.
Yeah, okay.
Because in music there is an accent.
There is.
So it became accent.
Okay. Yes.
Music appreciation for adults.
Okay.
Yes, and this was the big thing to do that. They were willing, and the musicians were willing. So now we had a name.
Yep.
We had to get a chair.
Right, exactly.
As president, I asked Nancy Jameson, who had recently moved back to town, to chair this new program called Accent, and she willingly and graciously accepted.
Okay.
So we worked and worked and worked, and our first artist was Kathy Kenzel, the principal harpist for the orchestra, and she graciously said yes. So here we are at Alliance Francaise, first session, and Kathy was fantastic. She just enthralled us with her musical talent, and then gave us a lesson in the harp. It was really quite nice. Now, we served wine and appetizers to lure people in at 4:00 in the afternoon. Everybody loved it and said, "When's the next accent?" So we were off and running. Basically, no.
Oh, okay.
It was a committee of about 4. Eloise, Nancy, and I were kind of in charge of getting this off the ground. We were off to a great start.
Yes.
Now we've had many venues. Alliance Francaise.
Right.
Then we went to the Griffin Gallery, and that was Tony Ross, and he was terrific.
Yeah.
And he talked about his cello and how he purchased it, and that was kind of a big deal. Anyway, and then we had an occasion to talk with Hamill, Green, and Abramson, since Linda Bartley's son worked there, and so they had a small room in their older facility that we used, and it was quite easy, parking right in the front, bringing in wine and appetizers.
Always important.
And that was nice. And then they moved to the Ford building, and so we had many in their beautiful
gorgeous
setting. The last one, I mean, they're all favorites.
Yeah, yes.
But the last one was James Ennis, the violinist. He's been associated with Wamso Friends for a long time. He was the 1992 Young Artist Competition winner, and he's delightful. And of course, Manny Laureano, his fabulous, generous, talented man, was so gracious. And the event to say farewell on his retirement was absolutely spectacular. But it's evolved with the times, and I love that it's evolved. You can't have a stagnant program year after year.
No.
And a wonderful event for lots of people.
It is.
And remember, women used to attend, and now they brought their husbands. But women tend to bring their women friends.
Very true.
So all of a sudden it's 4:00, and the guys are wondering where their wives are. Oh, they're downtown having a glass of wine and listening to great music presenters from the orchestra. So they started coming.
Oh.
And I thought it was just fantastic.
Well, again, thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your support of Friends. It's wonderful. And thank you for the impact that you made on Wamso and Friends over the years.
Well, thank you. You're very gracious.
Well, thank you.
It was all my pleasure.
Thank
And
you.
Eloise's. And Nancy's.
Of course. Thanks so much, Dorothy.